Hi, it's Rebecca here from Precious Paige's Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for SpiegelMom Scraps. I'm doing a little bit of stash busting with my sequins today, and I've pulled out some slightly older mixes. I'm going with a blue and green theme, so I've delved deep into my stash and I've pulled out 5 mixes. So I've got Limeade Twist and Guac It Real Good for my greens. Then I've got Fern Gully and Oceanside Breeze for my blues, and obviously Fern Gully has some green in as well. And then I have a slightly newer mix. This is Patina Finish, but I don't end up using that one in the end. Just felt like it was a little bit too light in the colour for my project. So I'm using Paige Evans' new Splendid collection. I think it's only like my second play with the collection. And I'm actually following being inspired by a sketch. I do change it ever so slightly, but I had a sketch saved in my Pinterest on one of my boards, and as I was just scrolling through, it popped up, and I actually thought it would be perfect for this because it's got 3 photos on it, and I don't often scrap more than 2 photos on a layout, and lately I've only been scrapping 1, but this particular sketch had 3, and I've got a series of photos that are very similar, so I didn't want to use one for each layout, and I didn't want to create a mini album or anything like that because there's nothing particularly special about them. So this sketch was a great way for me to use all 3 on one page. So if I remember, I will pop a link down in the description box to that, the sketch I found on Pinterest. I'll also pop a link down to the SpiegelMom store. If you visit the store via that link and shop, you will save 15% on your order. If for some reason your discount doesn't come off at checkout, you can just pop the code Rebecca15 in, and that will take your 15% off. But save that link somewhere safe, and you can reuse that time and time again. So like I said, it's only my second layout I've made with this collection, so I've just had a quick flick through, looking at what I can use for my title. And in the end, I settle on this gorgeous yellow acrylic perspective from Bramble Fox that says Spring Memories, which was perfect because these photos were taken recently and it is spring over here. And they're all for my little boy. He wanted a photo. We were down by the beach on the Isle of Wight, and there was this like really tropical looking bush, and he wanted a photo in front of it. So I set all the camera up, and as I was about to snap, he slowly started retreating backwards into the bush like the clown he is. I thought it was hilarious that he was hiding behind the bushes. So I've got this like series of photos of him slowly moving back, which is why I wanted to get quite a few of them on one page. So I've printed those. I think they're about 2.5 inches square, and then I've cut 2 of the pattern papers into strips and layered them behind my photos as like an anchor point. And now I'm just having a play with the ephemera and embellishments. So I've got the floral ephemera pack, so I've pulled out some of the blues and greens from that using the flowers and the leaves. And then obviously my title is yellow, so I wanted to bring in a little bit of yellow as well, so I've got some lovely yellow florals. I've also fussy cut a couple of the butterflies from that 12 by 12 paper. It's probably my favourite in the collection, and I will fussy cut the entire thing. And I think every layout I make for this collection will have a butterfly on it, because that's just the way I work when there's butterflies available. And they're perfect for spring as well, aren't they? So I've got a couple of those, and then just to bring in a little bit more yellow, I'm just matting my photos onto some yellow basil cardstock. It's textured cardstock. Just to help them pop a little bit and bring in a bit more of that yellow. And now I'm going to get everything stuck in place so that I can add my sequins and bling my page up a little bit. So I'm sticking it all down with double-sided tape. I'm a massive fan of distressed edges, and normally I would distress edges on absolutely everything and anything, but for some reason today I was in the mood for clean, crisp edges, so I haven't distressed anything. I've just left them as they are, which would usually really bug me, but I just was in the mood for it today. So I've got nice clean and crisp edges, and I'm getting these first 2 photos stuck down flat, and then that third one there that sits on top of them I'm going to raise up with some foam behind. So I'm using glossy accents to get my title stuck in place. That is my go-to adhesive for acrylics and sequins and flares, sort of heavier things on the page. I do love to use my glossy accents. And then for the ephemera pieces, these florals and leaves, I'm just bringing those back in and deciding where to sit them. And I'm going to use my tabby pop dots from SpiegelMom Scraps to get these in place. And I absolutely love the tabby pop dots. If you've not seen them or used them before, they are, you'll see here, a massive reel of sticky foam pads. Now they're double-sided, and the peel-off bit has a little tab that kind of sticks out more than the actual foam itself, so they are super easy to peel off and use. Fantastic if you're all thumbs and fingers, or you've got arthritis or anything like that. These are super easy. They're available in the SpiegelMom store as well, and that link below will get 15% off of that as well. So it's everything you'll get the discount on except for sequin pre-orders, so 15% off everything except the pre-orders. So if you haven't got tabby pop dots, I really do recommend getting them. And you just saw I've just used some slightly smaller foam pads for that blue leaf sprig there, only because the leaves are really tiny and I didn't want to cut into my tabby pop dot. They are nice and sticky, so I didn't want to gunk my scissors up, so I've just used some smaller ones. And then my butterflies, again using my glossy accents, and I'm just sticking the bodies down so that I can flap the wings up and have them kind of free flowing, so that it makes them look nice and realistic. And now the fun part of adding my sequins. So I'm going to add sequins to the centre of all the flowers, kind of cover that area. I definitely don't want orange on my page, there is no other orange. So I'm covering that with green sequins. So that is the Limeade Twist and Guac It Real Good mixes. And I think I use a little bit of the green from Fern Gully as well. So I'm going for green sequins on the blue flower, and then it will be like blue flowers on the blue sequins on the yellow flowers, and just mixing it up a little bit. So I'm just going to take some time to do that, and I'm just using my little pokey tool. It's actually a quilling needle, but I just dab a little bit of glossy accents on the end, and then it makes the sequins really easy to pick up. And whilst I'm just getting my sequins stuck in place, I do want to take the time just to let you know that this is my final design team project for SpiegelMom Scraps. I can't believe I've been on the design team a whole year. It's been a whole 12 months since I joined. It's gone super fast, really, really quickly, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love the products. I love working for JD and Sarah. It's been fantastic. But yeah, it's the end of my 12 months. So this will be my last project. So I just wanted to take a quick moment to obviously say thank you to JD and Sarah for having me and for all the support they've given me over the last year, but also thank you to all of you that have watched my videos or liked my layouts, commented in the group, commented on YouTube or Instagram, and just generally shown your love and support for my layouts. It means the world, and I'm super honoured that you all take the time to watch and comment. So thank you very much to all of you. Obviously I do have a massive stash of SpiegelMom sequins to get through, so definitely won't be the last layout I make using SpiegelMom sequins, but it is the last one that I'll be making for the design team. But obviously there will be lots more sequins used, so won't be the last you hear or see from me, but I just wanted to take a moment just to say thank you for all the support you've shown me after the last 12 months. So before I start crying, back to my layout. I'm just finishing off adding the sequins to my flowers here, and I'll show you some close-ups at the end. Obviously there'll be some close-up still shots as well for you, so you can see those a bit clearer. And I'm also going to add a row of sequins down the centre of my butterflies. So I'm adding, I think it's green ones to this butterfly because it's a blue one, so I'm trying to do opposite colours, and then that green butterfly on the top right there above my title I'm going to add blue sequins to. And then I take the time to put all my sequins away in the correct packages nice and neatly, and then I decide I want to add a few more sequins, so you'll see in a minute I pack them all away and then I pull them back out again and add a few more, because you can never have too much sparkle on a page, can you? So I just decided to add a few more just in a couple of corners of the pattern papers. So here we go, this is where I changed my mind and just decided to bring in a few more sequins. Again, opposite colours. Sometimes I really like to do tone on tone, and other times like today I like to do opposites. So I've added kind of blue sequins to that green edge of pattern paper, and then I'm adding green sequins to that blue corner down the bottom there. Then I think I'm almost done, so I bring in the sticker book from the Splendid collection, and I just add a few stickers to the layout. Excuse me, my cat is now scraping at the door to get out the room. room. He's obviously had enough of listening to me. I just wanted to bring in a couple of touches of gold. So I add a couple of hearts. I've got this larger bumblebee here that I find a home for, and then a smaller bumblebee, and then just a couple of gold leaf sprigs around the florals. And then again, I think I'm done. I turn the camera off, and then as I'm reaching to get it out of the holder, I see my row of Nouveau drops across the top of my desk and decided to add some Nouveau drops. So in the close-ups in a sec, you will notice I've just added a couple of lines of blue and green Nouveau drops across the top and bottom edges of those pattern papers. And you can just see that there in the close-ups, and that is my final layout. So you've got some close-ups come in, show you the centre of those flowers and how I've crusted those sequins together using different mixes. But thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this layout and the process, and it gives you some inspiration. And again, massive thank you to JD and Sarah for having me on the team for the last 12 months, and big thank you to everybody for all the love and support you've shared and shown. Thank you very much, it does mean the world. And remember, that link in the description box will save you 15% with the code Rebecca15. Take care, everybody. Bye.